Warning, this podcast may contain bad language, content, and prices so crazy that some listeners may find it offensive. And I actually just looked around at that time to see whether the window was closed. Turns out it is.
Yeah, it is. And it's warm.
Real warm.
Welcome to summer.
Here for
It'll...
3 days only.
Ah, let's get on with this exciting, positive podcast, shall we? Welcome back to Seesaw Podcast, the sweaty gym bag of podcasts. We are back with one of our series, which we haven't done in a little while. But before that, we'll do a check-in. So, Cleaves, let's start with you.
I had a cataract operation. Whoop,
Oh,
whoop, 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 whoop.
when did that happen? Are you okay?
So it happened on Thursday, and I can safely say that 4 days on, my vision is worse than when I went in. So who knows? It's meant to get better over the course of a month. Most people see improvements within 48 hours. I have not.
Oh, crap.
But we shall see. I will continue to take the drops and do what they tell me.
Yep.
I wouldn't say my eyesight is worse, other than the fact that the corner of my eye is much worse.
Oh,
Right.
So, like, my peripheral vision down the left-hand outer corner of my eye is quite blurry, whereas the rest of my vision is as blurry as it was before the operation.
So it doesn't
So,
look brighter, like with
nah,
the cloud gone, I suppose. But
nah, you'd think that, wouldn't you? But
mm.
there you go.
well, we'll get an update soon. Hopefully it gets better.
What I thought was bullshit, right, was when I was in the hospital, no one seemed to have even a fucking clue outside of cataracts. It's like, oh, we're doing a cataract surgery. And it's like, yeah, yeah, you know, I got RP and everything as well, right? They're like, yeah, it's on the list. And then the doctor comes around to me and she's like, you got down here that when we put a new lens in your eye, you want it for like close-up stuff. I'm like, yeah, to like match my other eye. She's like, do you not want it further away so you can see distant stuff? I'm like, that'd be corrected with my glasses, right? She's like, yeah. I was like, well, then I'll take the close-up version. She's like, yeah, but you can collect that with reading glasses as well. But I was like, yeah, but I work with computers all day. And she's like, okay, you want it, you can have it. I was like, okay. And then when I got into theatre as well, she's like, you sure you don't want something a little bit more mid-range? I'm like, why? Why are you asking me this? Like, it says I've got RP down there. It's not like I'm ever going to be able to drive. Why would I need like
Mm.
distance vision?
Mm.
So, yeah. And then the apprentice guy did my operation while the other person looked over it. It was it was not an experience that I found particularly enjoyable at all.
Mm.
It didn't hurt, but it was just,
Unpleasant.
yeah, very unpleasant.
Mm.
Yeah.
Especially for the head doctor as well. He couldn't get a chair high enough for her to see over my face properly. That sounded really annoying.
Yeah. But hopefully it gets better. If I can throw my mindset into this, I don't want to be offered options if I go for an eye operation and they know about my pre-existing eye conditions. I expect them to go in and then do what's right for me to fix it to the extent of which it has to be fixed. The fact that they're giving out options like a fucking car salesman would make me very itchy.
Well, they can give you whatever sight you want. They're effectively putting a contact lens in your eye. And maybe that's what they've not done very well. Put the contact lens in the center of my eye. Who knows? Maybe that's why the side of it's really still fucking blurry as hell.
But are
I
you
don't
wearing
know.
your glasses?
No.
I was gonna say, like, maybe that's your prescription's all wrong now, right?
Oh, it will be. It will be. Yeah. You meant to get new glasses after like a month, basically, when
Okay.
everything's all healed up nicely. I am wearing them a little bit because they still obviously work from my other eye, but
Mm.
like for close-up work, I'm wearing them as little as possible, basically.
Okay.
But yeah, you got the option. And I think they're really used to like old people as well. Oh, she gave me a bit of a spiel as well. She was like, "Oh, because you're." I'm not going to do the accent. Anyway, it wasn't. She was white. It was a white accent basically. So I wouldn't have been construed as racist in this day and age yet. But
Yeah.
I'm not going to do the accent anyway, just in case in a few years down it turns out I'm backdated racist. However, she was like, because you're young, it's much more dangerous, right? And I was like, yes, I'm aware. She's like, all right, good, good, good. Because we're not used to this. Because like old people normally have the operation. I'm aware. Just fucking do the operation.
I
Um,
don't know. It just doesn't sound like it would have filled me with confidence to go with them. But I
absolutely
mean,
did not. And the worst part was, I got there at 12 o'clock, and they batch you basically, like you're in a little group. So there's like, I can't remember, there's three or four of us. Like, come on, and they call your names, and you all go sit in this little alcove, and then like they come around, give you a little spiel, and give you the pre-op jitters, I guess. They draw little lines on your head to make sure the doctors know exactly which eye they're doing it
yeah.
on. And then I sat there for 2.5 hours and did fuck all while everyone else went in,
Fun.
and that was my day. And yeah, now I can't see as well, but hopefully it will get better.
Great.
I'm what's the opposite to pessimistic? Optimistic.
Optimistic.
Yeah.
Good.
Or maybe it's because your eye's not used to seeing so much. If you got this, I don't know, close-up lens, it's got to adjust.
Possibly. It's more the edge of my eye that
Mm.
I'm finding odd at the minute. But it's weird.
Mm.
I just let it heal and see what happens.
Fingers crossed.
Mm.
Right. And you have been a bit more sensitive to light, haven't you? I don't think I've ever seen you wear sunglasses apart from yesterday.
Yeah, yeah. I just thought I'd channel mine as Stevie.
Yeah. Fair. But hopefully it ends up. That's the hope.
Hmm.
Yeah.
T, how are you?
Yeah, fine. Same old.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, nothing
I
else.
thought you would have more to say than that. That's fine.
Nothing I want to go into on here.
All right, fine.
Just because I have no answers. So yeah, until I know more, I'm not going into it. But I'm fine.
Well, way to dangle a boring carrot.
It's not an exciting story.
It might have been.
No, it's not.
Anytime anyone goes to hospital, it's an exciting story. Unless you wait around for 2.5 hours and your eyes don't come out as well as you thought.
Well, I waited around for 10 hours and I came out and nothing was different. So,
Hmm.
although the frustrating thing, hospitals are shit. They didn't give me any medication. They said go to the GP, and getting a GP appointment is quite difficult. I was lucky to get one the next day, and they were like, "Oh, here you go." And then they didn't refer me, which the hospital asked them to do. They didn't refer me, put me on medication, and said, "Oh, come back in 2 weeks when we'll know if this works or not." And my thoughts are like, "Well, why can't we put me on the list for referral for those 2 weeks? And if it works, I can be taken off the list."
It's a whole lot of admin though, T. Come on, think about the admin.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I'm crabby. I'm on very strong painkillers, and antibiotics, so I have no patience for anyone at the moment. My classic patience is no longer there.
And to positive news, Selina P, how's things with you?
I've got good news.
Oh,
I've had quite
yeah.
a good week of awards actually.
Okay.
So on Wednesday, West Brom training football, obviously. I won Coach's Player of the Year for my
Ooh.
development and improvement as a player, which was a surprise because I never won anything. That was nice. And then on Friday, I went to England had a Para Awards night in Birmingham, which was a nice do. They definitely spent money on it. And I got my official cap, or caps. You get a single cap, like an actual cap, like a hat that you wear, but you wouldn't wear it for playing in
This
the
is
World
very
Cup.
confusing.
Well, you know how if you play for your country, you get
You
caps.
get cap, yeah.
Yeah, like if you ever thought what it means if you get a cap.
Yeah, it's a
Well,
cap.
you get an actual cap every time you play.
Yeah, you get a cap.
You get actual cap that you can like
I
a
just-
sun hat.
I just thought it was a word that people used.
Yeah.
No,
That's what
it's actual cap, and usually it will have like the dates or something special about the day or who you played, stuff like that on it.
It's like embroidered mine that says IBSA World Championship 2023, and it's got my name embroidered on the inside of the hat as well, and it's like a very old style cap, like suede material, and it's got like some gold dangly thing on it as well.
Oh.
Apparently, it's the same caps all the proper England players get.
What's the? You're a proper England player. Don't let yourself down. Are you going to the Paralympics? What's the deal with the England team?
I'm not going as with England. We were going to play a test match in between the men's bronze and gold medal matches, but unfortunately, the politics of sports that's now been cancelled. However, I'm going as a spectator, so I'm going 4th to the 6th of September to watch some blind football.
Pretty sick. Nice.
I like it. Get plenty of baguettes and cheese.
Croissants. I'm there for the croissants.
Okay.
Have you ever tried snails?
No.
You give it. You should give them a go, man. I think it's probably better that you can't see them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've tried them. They tasted like garlic, followed by an overwhelming taste of soil.
Oh, God.
Garlic dirt.
But yeah, worth giving it a go.
I'm going to stick with the croissants.
Fine, whatever. Does anyone have any news?
Like QBN?
Well, I've got a bit of everything today.
Okay.
First, oh, you go then. Yeah, sorry.
No, I haven't really. Go on.
Firstly, we met Susie from iMatter at Site Village.
Yes.
They were kind enough to do an article on Seesaw Podcast, which you can find on Facebook. Check out iMatter at Facebook or on Twitter, or just go through our posts on Twitter or Facebook. It's all on there anyway. So there's a little article about Seesaw, what we do, and also check out iMatter for all the stuff they do. Probably should have opened with that, really. Secondly, in quick blind news, Barbie dolls.
Yes, that was going to be mine.
They're made of blind Barbie.
Yes.
Blarbie.
A Blarbie. Comes with accessories, a cane, and sunglasses.
Wow.
And the eyes apparently look slightly up and slightly out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like all our eyes.
Yeah, well, exactly. I imagine it's probably got complaints by people in the disability community that, because that Barbie doesn't have their specific blind condition. However,
could have had like shaky eyes. Like Shake Barbie and her eyes shake.
Yeah. I used to have like Action Man where you used to like move the little thing at the back of the head and the eyes.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing those.
Yeah, we could get those. That'd have been good. Wiggle it up and down and all around. Anyway, here is my point that I made to my colleague at work today. Imagine you're a young kid and you get a Barbie for Christmas. And your parents have bought you Blind Barbie. I don't know if that's what they're called. Let's call it.
She's called Blind Barbie.
Oh, really? Okay, fair.
Yeah. Officially.
I've got no problem with that. If a kid had a choice between Blind Barbie or, say, Mermaid Barbie, which one are you going to want? And someone pointed out, maybe it's the learning experience exactly for the kid. I was like, yeah, that's fine. And when the kids come around and go, what's wrong with your Barbie? It was a manufacturer's defect. You're like, you're gonna, I suppose, in a way, it's a talking point, because you're gonna have to go, no, it's Blind Barbie. They've got, different eyes to everyone else. Yeah. Anyway, in theory, I thought it was a good idea. I'm not sure how well the kid's gonna pick it up. They also made a Down syndrome Barbie. So...
And there is Wheelchair Barbie, who came out in 2019. I think the latest there was already a Down syndrome Barbie release, and the latest one that came out at the same time as Blind Barbie is Black Down syndrome Barbie.
Okay.
I'm waiting for Paralympic Barbie anyway. LA 2028. They better bring her out.
It's just a regular Barbie.
Yeah, with like a little blind football and like in their sports kit.
Put blades on her.
Yeah.
Blades. That'd be
blades
awesome.
on her. Yeah. Remove her legs, swap her legs.
I mean, technically, you can pull the legs off her anyway. You can make any Barbie disabled with enough effort. Let's be fair.
Yeah, true.
Or you could colour the eyes in a different colour if you wanted to do. You could simulate any disability with Barbie.
Strong words. Great. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't have any news. I thought I had some, but no, I don't.
Not as good as Blarbie.
No, I'm not as good as Blarbie, unfortunately.
Okay, should we move on?
Yeah. So, as mentioned, we have one of our lovely series this week, no guests. And off of the endeavours in Sight Village, see those episodes for more details. Sight Village is known for lots of tech, magnifiers, and shit like that. So we thought it might be time to do another Price is Blind and spotlight some things that may or may not have been there.
Cue the music for anyone that's not watching on YouTube or Twitch.
Okay, so if this is your first time listening to Price is Blind, firstly, go and listen to the previous ones. They're quite good. The idea behind this is we're going to take it in turns, describing a product, an accessible product marketed to, well, in this case, it would be the visually impaired and blind community. And we're going to outline what it is, where you can get it, and then the others are going to have a little guess on what they think it costs. So Brucey rules apply, as always. If you're a penny over, you're bust, and the closest to that price wins. So who wants to go first this time round?
Can I have a confession first?
Oh, she's not done it.
No. Right. So I know
Here we go.
the original.
Here we go.
Okay, now.
You,
We were supposed to do this last week. You've had an extra week to do your homework.
I know. So what's happened is, in the time that the week passed, times changed, and I thought I'd keep up to date with the modern world. So last week I had an item, because you told me to do Vision Aid, picked an item. I can't remember what it's called now. Something, blah blah blah. Anyway, it was £6,995, but there was a load of details.
And we're done. Goodbye,
was
everyone.
like, oh my god, it's too complicated to try. And how am I going to read this out now when you make me have my camera on? I was like, so anyway, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do something else that is still relevant to today. And we might have already talked about it. So yay.
Okay, well, off you go then.
Okay, I'm going to do Blind Barbie.
Oh, okay.
Because, yeah, I was curious about it. Is that okay? I've broken all the rules.
I mean, it's going to be weird you describing it now after we've described it a lot.
I know. Well, I've got more details. I held back earlier.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's fine. As long as you actually know about it and you're not just going to be listening to your phone read it out.
No,
I did enjoy that last time you did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It was fun.
It was
but not
priceless.
great content.
I don't know. It worked for me.
yeah. I've done my research, so it's all there. It's all good. So Blind Barbie, she comes in a box
Ooh.
that has Braille on it, Barbie in Braille written. She is a single doll.
I think you say mom.
Maybe she's got 10.
She might be.
She's a doll. She comes with a cane. I've seen people on Twitter complain that Barbie should have a pink cane. Like, that's just not right. I wonder if they're going to bring Guide Dog out in future, but at the moment she comes with a cane, and she also comes with glasses, which has also been controversial. These sunglasses, I would say, are Stevie Wonder-esque, but apparently they're just fashion sunglasses. It's not to cover her eyes at all. And she also comes with an outfit, which is textured for blind children to feel. Which ironically, I noticed apparently it's like a purple ruffle skirt, which I'm thinking purple curved disability. Is that why they've gone for that?
Not being funny, isn't all fabric textured?
That's what I kind of thought as well. I don't know if this has got extra texture.
Okay.
She's also wearing high-heeled shoes
Great
to
for cane walking.
dismiss the myth that blind people can't walk in heels, which I can confirm is actually very difficult. So I would prefer practical shoes if I was Barbie. I think that's a bit of a error on her part.
Did they come with a nice pair of flats to change into, or
No.
halfway through the night?
I suppose you can buy those accessories in addition. I'm sure she's got normal Barbie feet, but blind people don't have special feet. So Don't see why she couldn't change her shoes.
Does she have a
Oh,
special cane as well? I heard there was like a regular cane and a maybe like a something else cane, maybe like a red cane or something.
there's a red. I've seen things that some they say it's got a red like tip on the bottom, which is a deafblind cane.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't. I think that might be the standard one she comes with because
Okay.
I've only seen that she comes with a single cane.
Okay.
Which is interesting.
Marshmallow tip.
Yeah, I believe so. Get you. They thought about the best tip for her cane to get her out and about. So I don't know. What else do you need to know about Blind Barbie?
Hmm.
I mean, is there going to be blind Ken as well? Because as we know, all visually impaired people have to pair off because that's the only way they'll find any love in this world.
Oh, aw.
Gosh. I don't know if there's any disabled Kens out there at the moment. Maybe he's coming soon.
If anything, Barbie needs someone that can drive her around. It would be helpful.
Yeah.
I wonder if she's going to get a driverless car because she already has a car, doesn't she? I wonder if they're going to do
Oh,
it.
maybe there's
Mobility car with a blue badge that's permanently stuck on the dash.
we have to wait till Kara Ken comes out.
Kara Ken. I like that.
We can help Barbie around in the wheelchair as well for the other one.
So I mean, come with the sunglasses. Okay, I can see why people think they're controversial, but hasn't Barbie? I'm sure if you Googled Barbie sunglasses accessories, there's probably thousands of them anyway.
Also, what I think is right, even if they were to cover your eyes because you feel self-conscious about your eyes, think about all the people out there that are visually impaired that cover their eyes. Like famous, two famous people like Stevie, like Ray, like Gabrielle. Yeah,
Mm.
Yeah,
what's necessarily wrong with that?
nothing. This is a personal choice, and you don't have to put the sunglasses on her. It's not like they're glued to her fucking face.
Yeah, I don't know how they clip on.
Exactly.
Magnets? I don't know how it
But
works.
if you don't want them, don't put them on.
Mm. You can wear them on a head. Look cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I don't really have any. I mean, it's a fucking doll, so I don't know anything about dolls. Like, I mean, I would hope it doesn't cost more than a normal Barbie.
How much does a normal Barbie cost in your experience?
I don't know.
Sure you do. Go down to your collection and have a look.
I mean, if we're going to get into the pricing here, I would say a normal Barbie can't be more than 20 quid. It can't be, but it is a brand, so I would say
Are you nuts?
20 quid because of the brand recognition of it. But no more than that. It can't be more than 20 quid.
Are you fucking nuts? I'm gonna guess at 37.99.
Right, are they your final answers?
Um, yeah, it doesn't come with a lot of accessories, but at the same time, I think because it's a blind one and probably like a limited edition production run, it might be slightly more collectible in that sense. Most Barbies are upwards of 20 quid, between 20 and 30 quid. So my guess is I'm gonna say 34.99 actually.
Okay. T, sticking with 20?
Yeah, I'm going to stick with 20.
Okay. Well, you're both wrong, both over. She's
Oh,
only
fuck.
£13.99 on the official Martell website. And actually, if you look on Argos, you could probably get it for a tenner.
Really? Who is it that makes
Mattel.
who's it? Oh, T, you ruined it for me. I wanted to be an arsehole and you ruined it for me.
Martell, me saying it wrong. It's because I listened to
It's just
bloody
really
Street
posh.
Readers so much.
Oh, it's from Martell.
We need to wait for the discount Blind Cindy and then you can get $5 off.
Ah, Cindy's still a thing.
I don't know,
She must be.
Blind Cindy.
Lindy. Blindy and Blarbie. Go to Side Village. Okay, that's a lot cheaper than I thought.
Me too.
Yeah, and me. That's why I wanted to do it, to be fair.
Go out and get your kids one, or just buy yourself one.
But playing devil's advocate, did they just
Doing
have a load of defective Barbies where they fucked up the eyes and thought, let's just get a load of cheap accessories from China and ship it as a disability Barbie?
Oh, that would not surprise me.
Yeah. Just
But,
get the defects out.
if nothing else, hats off to their marketing department.
I mean, it's smart, and even if they don't expect this line to sell a lot, it's got people talking about their product again. And the film came out last year, and hype has died down about Barbie a little bit. So gets people talking about it. So
Well, wasn't it to mark the 1 year anniversary of Barbie coming out?
Maybe.
Maybe, but we're talking about Barbie again. So fair play to them.
Interestingly, Down syndrome Barbie is also the same price, but if you wanted Mariah Carey Barbie, over £100.
Out of curiosity, the way you just said Down syndrome Barbie and Mariah Carey Barbie, you made it sound as if they were the same model of Barbie.
You did.
If you put if you put Down syndrome Barbie in like a Christmas Santa outfit.
No.
Okay, fine. It's just that okay. I'm not saying they were explicitly linked. It's just the way you move from one to another.
Yeah.
Well, equality.
Almost insinuated it.
Equality. They're all the same, except
Maybe
Mariah's
Martel make that variety. Okay, well, there you go. Blind Barbie, Blarbie. Look out for Blen coming down the line. Oh, wow. There we go. We had our first toy.
What? The first toy?
We've had
magnetic Sudoku, not much of a toy
It's a
for you.
board game.
It's not a board game. I mean, it's bore. Ring.
Okay. Shall we move on?
It wasn't Connect 4 as well. That's a toy.
Yeah,
No,
but I
it's-
did.
No,
I did
it's a
Snakes and Ladders maybe or Connect Four. One of them.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
I
Snake-
did.
board games.
Still
Board
a
game.
toy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, action figure.
Do you think Blind Twister would work?
Blister.
Blister, yeah.
She
Well,
like
you get blisters.
tiles. Yeah, circles. I think it could work.
The problem would be that you'd have to feel around for the
Yeah.
tile that you're after, and
Mhm.
that'd make it even harder.
Yeah.
Unless we put noises in them, and then they will activate like a ding where you have to put your hand or your foot, and then you have to reach for it that way.
Okay.
Okay, maybe this is the new episode where we just devise blind toys
Maybe.
Yeah.
for kids
Coming soon. The toy box from Cecil.
from Martel.
Right. Please, want to go next, or do you want me to?
I don't mind going next.
Okay.
For anyone that can see, I've got a delightful little picture of mine right here.
Okay.
Care to describe?
Well, yes, I will, because
It's an
this is
audio
what-
podcast.
but for anyone that's watching on Twitch or YouTube, there's a little picture of it on my particular screen. Anywho, this particular product, or bundle of products, is from Ravencourt Living, as seen as Sight Village. We couldn't get there at the time. Anyway, Ravencourt Living, a little bit about them. They're created in 1984 by this Story family, who used to make scientific equipment for schools and now make living aids. Oh, I'll put in brackets here. Aids to help people live, not aids that are sentient.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
For the elderly and disabled. Oh. Yeah, and then in brackets here I put the bus pass market.
Okay. The fact that you're writing your own jokes into your notes makes me very upset.
No, just want to be clear with people, okay?
Okay.
Anyway, their purpose was basically to create innovative products that are simple to operate and make a real difference to the lives of elderly and disabled people every day. So clearly did a little background information about the company, which probably tells you about how much I have to say about the product itself.
Okay.
Right. What is?
What is said product? It is fuck off. Okay, well, I would say that, but I'm having a few computer issues here, which is unfortunate. The product is a talking kitchen scales and easy to see measuring jug.
Oh, you get
Nice.
both.
You get
One.
both. This is what I mean. It's a nice little bundle of products here.
Okay.
And I had to do that because there was very small amount of copy on the website that tells you exactly what the product does or is, but then it's a jug and scales, people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. The talking scale announces weights in both grams and pounds and ounces, which is sort of like pounds, actually, now that I think about it, and volume in mil, which is also a lot like grams if you're measuring water because there's 1 gram to a mil. Anyway, and it does it in a, and I quote, clear English voice. So if you like your scales to be sexy in English, that's the one. Doesn't say man or woman, but whatever. Maybe there's a choice. Probably not. It can measure both liquids and solids, which, again, someone was struggling for copy in this particular product, it seems, because they've already said that in the first line.
Yep.
Anywho, large print makes accurate measuring easy. The spout has a very handy rest built in so that the jug rests neatly on the container for spill-free pouring.
Okay. Like all jugs, but go on.
Well, not like all Jugs tea. And you can never mind.
I know
It's
what you meant.
it's you can insert your own jokes there. It's
I got
ideal.
late. Okay. Come on, move on.
It's ideal for yeah. It's ideal for those with low vision or dexterity issues. Now, if you don't want the jug, no, if you don't want the scales, the jugs can be bought separately at a local brothel near you.
Okay.
However, today we're talking about the scales and jug. Now, for those that can see the little picture here, it does have actually quite. I looked at this jug and thought, actually,
I can see that quite well.
yeah, it's actually quite handy. It's got big like triangular lines where the millage is, if you like. So it's good for that kind of shite. The scales, obviously, I've not got a little. If there was a little button, that'd be good, wouldn't it? Where you could press it like like Google Translate, where it tells you what it is. If it went 40 pounds,
Yeah.
that'd be pretty good. Just so you know what you're getting. Looks like there's a digital display at the bottom.
Doesn't look like it's a lit display.
It doesn't. It doesn't look backlit.
Yeah, which is concerning.
Yes, I agree. But it talks. So why
Yeah,
would
I was gonna
you
say,
why would you need a backlit display is I guess the argument for that. But for me, it would just be nice.
Yeah, it doesn't cost a lot to put a backlight on it.
No, not these days.
No. It looks like it has 2 buttons, so probably an on, off / reset button and then one to change the units. Like all scales.
Yeah. I mean, one actually is an on and off button. I can see that here. Man, I'm looking at this thing like really closely. It's gonna be terrible if you're watching the YouTube video on this.
Yeah.
And one is the units. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
All scales.
To be fair to Ravencourt, they did say they wanted it simple and easy to use. And I think in this particular instance, they have nailed it in that particular instance.
To be fair, I do want that jug. I have a measuring jug and I can't really read it. It's a pain. I've got to use a magnifier, but it's like red on glass and it's not helpful. This actually looks like I'd be able to read it.
Yeah, it genuinely does look quite good, actually. I'm quite impressed with the jug.
and you can buy it without the scales.
If you wish, if you want multiple jugs for your one set of what? Why are you laughing? For your one scales, like maybe you put egg in one and maybe you put water in another, and you don't want to mix the two until you put them in the bowl for some reason. I don't know why you wouldn't use one jug. Then that's a thing that's available.
Nice.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you a 2 for guess first. Scales and jug combo. How much do you think this costs? And to be clear, I wasn't 100% sure on whether the prices included or excluded VAT, because when I worked out both, they seemed weird either way.
Okay.
It's not like an exact, I'll tell you now, it's not an exact number, and it's not like a .99.
Okay. Selina, did you want to go first?
No, you go first.
So the jug can't cost a lot.
Okay, we're
But
doing the jug scales combo right
yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah. I'm just trying to figure it out. Like the jug isn't going to cost a lot, but the scales, because it has a talky part to it, I imagine that's going to bring the price up. So I'm going to say £37.
£37. Apparently, someone's in the comments and said someone that bought the scales thought it was too loud.
Oh,
So whether there's a volume button on it, who fucking knows?
that's a
There's
concern.
only two buttons, and apparently, one of them is not volume.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you, Dragon
Oh,
Pockets.
I'm confused. Does the jug talk as well as the scales?
Nah, nah,
It's
nah.
just
It's
a
not a
jug.
talking jug. It's just a jug.
It's
How
just a
many
jug,
how many jugs
but
do you know that talk?
Well, you can get a
you
talking
can,
jug.
yeah, you can get a talking jug or an IV. I mean,
Oh,
I don't
oh, okay. Well, I know where I'm going for my next Price is Blind.
know.
It's not cheap.
I'm just thinking, if you're like me, then who needs a talking jug? Like this jug's a bit useless to me.
Hmm.
But I can't. I can buy the jug on its own, but I can't buy the scales on its own. This makes no sense. So I'm gonna get a jug, but it's not accessible to me
Do you know
if
what?
I
You
want
might be able to buy
scales.
the scales by themselves, but I didn't see them on this particular site on Raven Court Living separately. I
Okay,
only saw the jug and the scales jug combo.
okay. And I do have talking scales at the moment.
Ooh,
I have had some other talking scales before because that's how I measure
insight.
Riley's dog food.
You should have a
My
scoop, like an American cup, when they measure stuff out for
yeah, but that's not
cookies and
accurate.
stuff. All right, whatever. Anyway, sorry, I digress. I'm cutting
I
in.
use my
You go,
talking
you
scale.
go.
Uh, and I think they cost me the first pair of scales that I got cost like 40 quid. And then this latest pair, which were a bit smaller, but do exactly the same thing, were about 20 quid, I think. So I'm gonna go for about 20 for the scales. Oh, actually, these might be more expensive. I'm gonna go 30 for the scales, and then the jug, 15, 45. But you said it's not like a round number. Let's go 44.59.
44.59. What's yours? T30.
37.
What's it? 37. Bang on.
Yeah.
If you would like to buy the scales jug combo, possibly incorrect VAT, I wasn't 100% sure. £67 and
Uh,
67
uh,
pence,
hmm,
which if you ex VAT that is 56.39, which is why I couldn't figure out which was meant to be the correct price.
yeah, odd number.
Now, you might think to yourself, I don't really need the scales. I'll just go with the jug. Selena, what did you say the jug was? 15 quid?
Yeah.
T?
I'm gonna say
Look at this delightful jug. Don't you want to touch it? Don't you want to touch these jugs?
I'm gonna say £19.
Ooh. You're £19 dead on. And
Mm.
what was yours? £15 dead on,
Yeah.
Selena. You're sort of both right. If you go on the price on the website, the jug is £19 and 2 pence.
Yes.
If you
Oh.
ex-VAT that, it's £15 and 85 pence.
Oh.
So we're both kind of right, depending on
How you work it out.
how you work it out. Okay.
I mean,
And
15.85 sounds like a better selling price. I'm gonna say I'm probably
that's
more
ex-VAT.
right.
And I suppose if you're blind as well, you wouldn't have to pay VAT on it, right? Because it'd be technically
Yeah.
like a blind product or whatever. However, I don't know if if the price on the site was indeed the ex-VAT price, then again, I did like 1902 times 1.2. It still doesn't make a lot of sense because that come out of 22.82. And it's just
Hmm.
like,
Weird numbers.
what is with these prices? Who's
Yeah.
who's making these? I tell you what they've done. They've nailed it. I bet it's just to do with their like sciencey upbringing. They've absolutely nailed their cost price down to a T and then gone, we'll whack X% of margin on top and let's come out with
Yeah.
a particular price.
Yeah. That's probably what's happened. Well, there we go.
Are you gonna buy the jug?
Um, no, I'll probably just find one cheaper on Amazon.
Yeah, but it's accessible.
Well,
What your pips for?
We've actually got quite a lot of comments here. So a lot of them, say there's like one button apparently for grams, one button for like pounds and ounces. Man, Dragon Pockets is really helping us out here. So thank you.
I mean, it does look like it's quite useful, but for that price, like it's too much. It's far too much.
Oh, they've also put it. They used to use it for measuring dog food as well.
Oh,
See,
Well, thank you. Thank you for your comments.
guide dog should send us all talking scales as part of our package when we get a dog.
You get enough free shit.
yeah.
You get free dog.
Buy your own scales.
Hmm.
Use a cane. You know what I get for free? Not the cane, unless I'm willing to wait like 2 months from the council.
I still have to have a cane as well.
Oh, I'm sorry that you get 2 lots of free shit.
No, I paid for my cane.
Okay, fair.
Okay, let's finish this off then.
T, what you got for me?
He's
So-
gonna have something silly.
As featured in one of our YouTube videos when we were at Site Village, Cleaves found himself a lovely phone. And
Oh
I
yeah, I
thought,
forgot you said you were doing that.
yeah, I thought I'd have a look on Sight and Sound and get a bit more information on the device. And that's what we have today. So, this is from the Sight and Sound website, but the company that makes it is called Capsize or Capsize, or I don't know how you want to pronounce that, probably size.
Capsize. Why would you call your company Capsize?
I don't know.
You see, you're going overboard before you've even begun.
Yeah. This is called the Mini Visionz mobile phone, and Mini Visionz is with a Z on the end.
Of course it is.
Cool.
Yeah. And this was the first line. It is an easy to use talking phone that takes care of your basic telecommunications needs. Now, that don't say premium. Love it. So, a few bits of detail on the phone. The size of it is 12 centimeters by 6 centimeters. So it's quite large. Probably
Smaller than
say-
a ruler.
Yeah, I've often said that 12 centimeters is quite large to someone.
Yeah. So you're looking like the size of an iPhone, pretty much. Now, that being said, it does have a touchpad, and the screen is not that 12 by 6 centimeters. The screen is
It's not a touchpad. Oh, it does not have a
it does
touchpad.
not have a touchpad.
I should know. I sort of grabbed it.
Yeah. The screen is 2.3 inches.
Like, how have we changed measuring thing? Stick
Well,
to
that's
one.
what it says on the website.
Wait,
So
so the
let's-
screen's in inches, but the phone's in centimeters.
Yes.
For God's sake.
Yeah. So
I want both.
You're
or
looking
be
around
consistent.
5 centimeters corner to corner.
I'd say, yeah, 45. I'm trying to work that out.
Yeah, about 5 centimeters. So with this phone, you can change the font size, you can change the contrast, and you can change the background for your sighted needs. However, it has a built-in voice assistant, unlike any phone you would have ever heard of, which also has voice command capabilities, allowing you to place a call. It will also read out who is calling you, so caller ID, send texts, and more. And I'll get to the more in a second.
Can I just have a little? Can I just have a question on that?
Yeah.
This voice assistant, what's it called? Siri or voiceover?
It is called neither. It is the Google text to speech, which comes with all Android phones.
Oh, right. That's cool.
I think what makes these episodes for me is you're just staying at things, Selina.
Well, we'll get to my summary of at the end about this device in a bit more detail.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, built-in screen reader. It has textured large buttons.
Oh, like Barbie's dress.
But this actually matters more on a phone than a dress.
Well, we'll see.
So here's some of those other features: alarm, calendar, FM radio,
Sick.
color identifier.
Well, like a Pantone thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay.
Voice memos, calculator, flashlight, where am I, which had no other details about it at all.
I
Yeah,
assume
so
it. Sorry, Selena, you go.
I was say if you lost, you press where am I? And it says you're
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, but it has no maps. It has no maps.
It must have like some sort of smartphone capabilities. It must have like a GPS or something. Maybe it
Hmm.
uses what three words and it just
No,
tells you what three words you are and it helps you in no way or shape or form.
it doesn't.
Where am I? And it just says like dog computer Willie. And you're like,
Yeah,
how is that going to help me?
I know, but it never identified that it had GPS. Also has a camera and can tell you the weather.
There's a camera.
Hmm
I didn't see that when I was dicking about with it.
It does have a camera.
If
Okay.
it can tell you the weather, it must have some smart.
Okay. So it does have Wi-Fi
Yeah, there we go.
and it does have cellular, of course.
Hmm.
It has Bluetooth 4.2, which is the Bluetooth from 10 years ago.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. Well, Bluetooth 6 now.
Oh shit.
It has 512 megabytes of RAM.
Is that good?
It's not a powerful phone at all. It comes with 4 gigabytes of storage internally for all your photos.
I mean, photos aren't particularly large files.
Well, they
Anyway.
won't be on this fucking camera. It's only 2 megapixels.
Is that what it is? 2 meg?
2 meg.
Oh man. Okay.
But you can expand that storage up to a maximum of 32 gigabytes
Ooh.
with an SD card.
I remember getting those for my old school MP3 players.
Yep.
You like put a little SD card in the back, you can add extra songs on it.
Well, you
Oh
can put
man.
it into this phone.
It really plays to the nostalgia of like 2003.
Yeah, it does. It has a headphone jack, which a lot of
Oh,
phones
yeah.
can't boast nowadays.
True. Yeah.
The battery will last for 7 hours.
7 hours.
7
even
hours
less
of
than a
active
day.
use.
What's it using? Fucking double A's.
Yep, 7 hours of active use. And then to recharge it, and this is something that I'm confused about, it's micro USB.
Isn't what I know? It's USB-C now, isn't it?
Now,
Yeah.
there was
I
last
thought it was
year
yeah.
a mandate from the European Union, which Great Britain did take on as well, mandating that all new devices manufactured have to have the standard USB-C, which is why Apple have done it on their iPhone.
Probably though, if you begun manufacturing it before an X date, then
Yeah.
you're probably good. So the
This
next
is
model will
10
probably have
years
to have
ago.
it.
So
Yeah. So you also get some accessories with this.
Oh, sick. Go on.
You get a charger.
Do I get any headphones for that
You
jack?
do get earbuds.
Oh.
You get a charging cradle.
Okay.
No further details. And a protective case.
wow, don't get all that these days with phones.
No, you do not. Like I said, it's using Google Text to Speech, which means that this is on the Android ecosystem. Now, that's everything that it says about the phone. Now, if it's on Android, it didn't say anything about maps or anything like that. You can't put your maps on there or any other. It's completely locked. Like you can't put any other apps on it. This is
Well, it's
what you
supposed to
get.
be basic. That's the whole point. It's supposed to be simple. You don't want to make it complicated with loads of apps.
True, but if it's on the Android ecosystem, they have purposely locked that away. And from all my looking, there does not seem to be a way, even if you wanted to, even though it would have the capability of doing so, you cannot add apps on there. So even if you wanted a basic phone and you wanted someone to put an app on there, say Twitter for you, and then go back to what it was, but Twitter showed up in your apps, you can't do it.
Hey, if you wanted it on that phone, it probably would be called Twitter as well.
Yeah, probably would. So this is the Mini Visionz mobile phone. This isn't the top of the line phone they do. They do have like a mini, they call it the Vision Phone 3, which does look like it's much more technology in it.
Oh, there you go.
That's their more recent one, but this is not the one we saw at Site Village. So that's what the info I have for you on the phone. Do you want, with all that information in mind, do you want to have a guess on how much this costs?
You sound like mildly angry when you're describing this.
Which means it's expensive.
Yeah,
That doesn't mean anything.
it does. It
It's
does.
very
It just
warm in
sounds
here.
so like, ugh.
Here's what I think, right? Have you heard of the Doro mobile phones?
Yeah.
Also marketed towards the bus pass market, if you like.
Yeah.
They
They're
have even
fucking
less features.
extortionate. And it's like, don't worry, guys, we've taken all those horrible features out that you'd want, such as the internet and, social media and
WhatsApp.
apps that might help you and, maps and places and things to get you around. And luckily, we've put a button on the back, so if you fall down, you can press it and it'll systematically ring everyone in your contact list to let you know that you fell down.
Yep.
And
Also, on the messaging side of things, you can't put WhatsApp on this.
Oh yeah, good point. Actually, that was a question I had when you were reading something out about messages.
Yep, you can't put WhatsApp on it. It's text only. Text message only.
No, but you must be able to send Oh yeah, you can send multimedia messages through text anyway.
You can, but
It'll cost you.
it will cost you. And if you have data, there's like no way of using data on here. It doesn't even say it has a web browser.
It must do. It's got Wi-Fi.
Yeah, but I've literally told you everything it does.
Hmm. The thing is as well, I looked at it and it would not surprise me if it had none of those features. Like it didn't look like a phone that would. It just didn't look like a smartphone, which is fair. Maybe that's not what you want. Maybe less is more, but I don't necessarily want to pay more to have less.
Yeah.
So here's my guess.
Okay, we're going ex-VAT price.
Ex-VAT, okay.
Mhm.
Based on the fact that I know Doros can be upwards of 80 quid. I feel like Doro's got more of a brand awareness. I'm gonna say 69.99.
69.99.
Nice.
Okay. Selina.
No, I don't know why you've gone so low.
Oh, okay. Because it's the
I
mini
mean,
version.
although it is Android, and Androids are cheaper compared to, say, Apple.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a special Android. Therefore, I'm going to go £199.99.
200 fucking quid. Are you nuts?
Selina is closer, but she is not there.
What?
£274.
That can't be right.
it is.
Well,
It
with
sounds
VAT,
like
it's £328.
it's the accessories. You just don't get that these days.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, the
Oh, so
buds, the buds, yeah. Oh, and the headphone jack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, this is my gripe with the phone, right? You
Well, the
can
price
get
wasn't a gripe.
you can get like basically what they've done is they've put a skin on this phone. That's what they've done. They've designed a bit of software and they've thrown it on the phone. Granted, it's a custom like build, like but it wouldn't be an expensive manufacturer. It would be just a Chinese manufactured phone with Android put on it. Now, if you were to get just a cheap Android phone, not only could you get one for cheaper than this, like 200 quid.
Yeah, but it's
But-
touchscreen.
No, you can get ones with buttons on them still.
Can you?
Yep.
The
You
thing is,
absolutely can.
once the touchscreen one is set up though, and you've got like voiceover on it or whatever, do you need buttons?
It's
Is
hard.
your phone a
people-
touchscreen or not, Selena?
Yeah,
Got an
but
iPhone.
it took me a long time to switch from my Nokia to iPhone. It was hard.
But would you go
from-
back?
No way. But I can can see why.
Do you know what you could do, right? Spend £100 on a phone and £100 on educating the person to fucking learn to use that phone.
You know, like old people, which is who this is marketed at, like their dexterity to use, like just the old, don't even be disabled, old generation in general.
Greatest
seen
generation,
them.
I think you mean.
No one said that.
You've seen them trying to use a smartphone. Like my parents sometimes, like the way they tap stuff.
Are you saying your parents are old?
Well, yeah, of course they're old. They're older than me.
Okay.
There is a need for buttons.
Okay, that's fair enough. So you can get a Motorola phone with buttons.
Yeah, but is it tall?
Probably.
It is £30.
This day and age, most things will have like an inbuilt talk system, right? Even
Not
if
If
it's
you're
talk.
on the Android ecosystem, then you can have the same that this has, like text to speech from Google, and it's absolutely fine.
Talkback's impossible though. I had a work phone that was flipping Android, gave it back, and then now let me use an old iPhone. couldn't do it.
You can get a Nokia for £65.
So I do get it. I do get like, yeah, I couldn't use Android at all, and that's someone who's can use an iPhone.
The point I'm getting at here is there are other options out there for you where you could put a skin on the phone. Like if they released this for people to be able to put on their phone and charged for it, I think that's fair for like a business. I think that's understandable. But the whole device, I don't see the value in it. I really don't.
You gotta look at it this way, right? Old people have a lot of disposable income.
Well,
And
we saw them at
dare
Sky
we say not the greatest knowledge on or the inclination on where to get things elsewhere for cheaper. So when something's shoved in front of their face that they can use and it's great and you have the money, it's like, oh, I'll buy that. And I think that's a real shame.
Yeah.
However, I get why the market's there.
Yeah. No, I get it. I get it. I just think it's a shame. Like we've featured a few phones on here, and I don't believe in taking advantage of people who, like you said, training is better for people. Teach them how to use these things. And let's face it, if you have an unlocked phone that doesn't have a skin on it, you have much more capabilities. Like we have the Envision AI, which I'm beta testing, and Selina is at the moment as well. That's going to come to Android. That can't go on this phone, but I find it really useful. It's quite good. You have Soundscape on iPhone, and I don't know if it will be on Apple, not Apple, Android at some point. It might be.
I thought they got rid of that.
It came back.
But that's not an option you'll be able to have on these devices. You are so locked away that I think, and the cost is so high.
It doesn't even have that button on the back that automatically calls everyone if you've fallen down.
No, it doesn't.
I call it the death button.
But you can also get a necklace if you require that.
Also, yes. For a nominal fee.
Just have a colour detector.
A what?
Colour detector.
Oh, yeah. So if you want to see what colours things are.
Oh, you mean like an app that you can get on your phone?
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
But this one's built in.
Yeah.
Okay, you're not going to buy one, we get it.
Yeah, I'm not going to buy one. If you want the Doro equivalent of it, it is £65.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's actually surprisingly cheap for Doro.
Yeah, but that won't have the voice ready thing on it.
It'll have the death button, though.
It will have the death button. So, there you go. How do you like that? Oh, I found the most horrid phone in the world. At £23, I might have to buy this just as a joke for someone.
Oh. I thought you were still talking about the Mini Visionz.
It's a big button mobile phone, and it's the most hideous thing I've ever seen in my life.
23 quid, though, as opposed to 279.
Yeah, 23 quid. And I imagine it has similar features.
There you go. This is why we're here, people. We're not only ridiculousness, we're consumer advice. But mainly the first.
Yeah. You are not wrong.
That was good. That was good to be back.
Yeah, it's good to be doing this show again. And of course, if you would like us to feature some more products down the line.
Maybe you've made a product that you would like us to feature.
Maybe.
That you think isn't extortionately priced. Hit us up.
Yep. And if it's a phone, no thanks. Because we've done 2 of them now.
Maybe we'll do a phone episode.
Maybe. But not today. So, as always, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us on Twitch.
Thank you for everyone that's commented, particularly Dragon Pockets.
Yeah, thank you very much. And we will chat to you next time.
Thank you for listening to Seesaw Podcast. Your feedback and comments mean a lot to us, so if you'd like to get in touch, you can do so in the following ways.
You can find us on X at Seesaw Pod, Facebook, Instagram and YouTube at Seesaw Podcast. You can email us at seesawpodcast@gmail.com and you can stream with us live every week on Twitch at Seesaw Podcast.
Remember to like, rate, review and share with a friend.
This podcast was recorded in front of a blind audience.